Hey, it's Alicia Soekow with Empowered Woman. Are you an artist, a manager, or an entrepreneur? Which one do you think you are? These are three different archetypes in business. And one thing I've learned in the Tony Robbins organization from doing business mastery so many times is I've learned I am an artist. So today we're going to talk about why each of those things are so important, why it's important to know what your nature is and how it can serve you to grow more in business and life. And I wish I had known some of this earlier because I think I would have saved myself a ton of pain and headache had I known what my nature was and kind of falling into my nature instead of going against it. That is the big topic today. So which one do you think you are by nature? You know what's interesting is that some people don't even realize what they are. They think that they're one thing, and so they push and push and push, and they are like, I'm a manager, but really maybe they're an entrepreneur, or really maybe their nature is an artist, and so they're forcing themselves to do something against their nature, and over time they get burned out on that topic and become resentful. So that's kind of how you know. So if you're doing a role in your business, if you're a business owner and you're not having any happiness or you're really struggling, then it's probably not your nature and you're probably doing something against who you really are. And one way to tell is this. This is the big key for myself, is that even though I know I'm an artist, I can make myself be a manager for a short time. I can make myself be the entrepreneur for a short time. But over time, it's against my nature. So I definitely can feel the rub and stress when it's something that I'm doing that is against my nature versus something that I love to do that is my nature. It doesn't feel like I'm drained when I'm doing it. So that's kind of a huge telltale for you if you're wondering which three archetypes you are. Are you an artist? Are you a manager, or are you an entrepreneur? Again, those are the three. Let me just tell you why I realized wasn't a manager is when I opened up the brokerage, the collaborative as a boutique brokerage. I was so excited. I thought this is going to be amazing. I'm going to grow this brokerage. I'm going to have all these agents and, have management and run teams and all this. And what I realized is I hated the managing piece of it all. Hated it. And I almost avoided it and I resented it. And so it was really hard for me to come to that determination, to understand that I didn't want to do it. Michael didn't want to do it. He's really an entrepreneur. And so we didn't have that true partner that was the manager that could run it or run the brokerage the way it needed to be run to grow. And so I think when the opportunity came to move on, I jumped at it because it was so miserable. So in all fairness, that's what happened. But now it's great because now I can be focused on being an artist and I can lead without having to manage. I hope that's a difference that you understand. So the breakdown of the three archetypes is something, I have my little cheat sheet here because it's a lot. I want to make sure that I hit it, is that the artist is someone passionate, that's me, creative, that's me, focused on the craft, that's me, and the product, struggles with business logistics, that's me, and thrives in creating value. Again, it's me. The strengths are visionary creativity and unique ideas and innovation. So those are really good things about being an artist. The challenges are avoiding burnout. I can go until I just burn myself out. Lack of interest in administrative tasks, that is my worst nightmare. So I always try to have TCs or admins or certain people handle things. Even I was working on some of this whole Google Ads stuff that needs to be done for our websites, and they kept calling me and I was like, why are you calling me? I don't handle that stuff. I don't want to handle it. So I know for sure that I am definitely not the admin type of personality at all. One thing that I know too is that when I create and I'm creative, I feel a sense of fulfillment that I didn't know that I needed until I started finding it again. So that's another reason I knew. 2 is the manager. So let me know if this is you. Organized, process-oriented, focused on execution, efficiency, thrives in planning, delegating, ensuring operations run smoothly. You're like the backbone, the infrastructure of businesses. You're operations manager. You love that checklist. You probably love an Asana checklist in that program, all that stuff. The strengths are leadership in that way, systems thinking, and team building. That's amazing sounding, but I know that I can make myself do it, but I know it's something I cannot do long term. Challenges are struggles with visionary thinking or risk taking. And they don't want that. They want everything to be in a process and checklist. So that would be your examples would be your CEOs, your team leaders, your project managers. I know you know some of those people in your life, right? And the last one is an entrepreneur. That's my beautiful husband. This is a true risk taker, the visionary. They can roll the dice, and if they lose everything, they're okay with it. They have that ability to stomach the bad stuff that comes with the business. I don't function that way very well. I kind of freak out about stuff. So I know that I'm not a true entrepreneur in that light. They can see the big picture and see really 1,000 feet above, like the vision of what's going to come. So they're true visionaries. They love to scale and innovate and try new things, and they get bored real easy. So their strengths are risk management. Like I said, they don't get fazed by risking things. They're like, we'll be fine. Strategic thinking and salesmanship. Challenges would be impatience with details. Like maybe I do have a little bit of entrepreneur in that part, and delegating too soon. They like move on to the next thing, and they've delegated it, and sometimes things kind of fall apart. So you have your startup founders, your investors, and your serial entrepreneurs. Those are kind of the three key things, and sometimes you might overlap. Sure enough, we have overlaps in things, and maybe, but there's always one that's your true nature, and that's kind of what we're talking about here. So some questions to ask yourself if you're trying to assess what you are would be, what energizes you the most? I've told you what energizes me. That's how I know I'm an artist. A lot of people that I'm friends with are artists as well. What energizes you most in your business specifically? This is not for personal, this is for business. What do you prefer, creating, managing, or scaling? Okay, that would be another way for you to check. What's your natural instinct when faced with a problem? Do you design a solution, organize a team, or do you explore new opportunities? That's another way you can tell. Also, you can take like personality tests to see like where you lend to figure out if you are one of these, like a Myers-Briggs, things like that, to get deeper insight on what you kind of lean to. If you're curious and you're struggling on, I might be two of these for one of these. I think the biggest thing and practical advice is to honor who you are. And that's once I started doing that and being authentic and accepting, like, this is me. I love myself. I own who I am and my strengths. And I think that there's strengths for everybody, and we need to celebrate that instead of trying to force people to be something they're not. And so for artists, I would focus on honing on your craft, becoming the expert in what you love and what you want to do. Partner with a manager, an entrepreneur. Find that other piece to do the things that you don't want to do would be great, to handle logistics, details, scaling, because it's too much for one person anyways. And protect your time for creative work and delegating other tasks, because creativity takes time and energy and space. And if you're trying to shove it all in one area, it's really hard to grow. Managers, I would say, embrace the leadership piece of it. Work on your leadership skills, because some people are great at delegating and creating systems and stuff, but they're not really great at the leadership piece. That's something a lot of people have to learn and grow into. And team building, it's really hard to try to put everyone together, all different personality types and egos, and try to get everyone to work together. Develop systems to improve efficiency. And now with AI, you probably have a lot more tools now to develop some of these things, right? Or maybe I could use AI as an artist to help me with the management. That's an idea as well. Collaborate with artists and entrepreneurs, just like that, finding your other piece. Since you know that you are a manager, managers are harder to come by, I feel like. Those entrepreneurs and artists are always trying to seek a manager out, I feel like. And the last one, of course, is our beautiful entrepreneurs. And I would say for entrepreneurs, definitely focus on long-term strategy. Don't just jump in and out of things and vision, and build a team of managers and artists to execute your vision and what you see so you can move on to the next. And learn to delegate correctly, not too soon, and let go of the details so you don't freak out. After all of that, and thinking about your positives and negatives and owning who you are, who do you think you are? Comment below. I'd love to know how many artists are out there, managers, entrepreneurs, and I'd love to hear your story of an interesting way that you figured out one of these things, and maybe your partner is the other half, an entrepreneur, or who are you looking for in your little tripod of people? If this video helped you with your nature, I'd love a thumbs up or a comment, or if you can subscribe. This is the kind of content I'm creating. It's just all about work and life and balance, and especially for women out there. I'm the empowered woman, Alicia Soikawa. I'm a business owner. I'm a mom, just for those of you that don't know me. But I've had this huge transformation, and I do so much with personal development and growth. And I know that so many women are on the same piece here. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm in this whole journey, and I'm going to be 50 soon. So I have a whole another lifetime, I feel like, it's opening up for me, which I'm really excited to explore. But for those of you still learning and budding, I would say definitely spread your wings, try different things. And I hope that this content finds you. And if you want to know more about this, let me know in the comments, and I'm happy to answer any questions or message me privately. But I would say definitely each archetype is important for success. So there's not one better than the other. So don't get that wrong with this video, that I'm thinking one has a more importance or not. I think everything in life has its importance. And so you just have to figure out where you fit and then find the missing pieces to help you grow. That's all for now. See you next time.